PIL, the Planetside Infantry League. This is 6v6. Two teams containing 6 players face off each other on a pre-selected base for 2 rounds of 15 minutes. The goal is simple: try to outscore your opponent. There are many ways to score points. Each kill of your opponent grants 1 point, with a few exceptions. A kill with a rocket launcher is worth 0 points. A kill as a max unit is also worth 0 points. But killing an enemy max unit will grant you 6 points no matter the weapon. The first capture or defense grants your team a total of 9 points. After this, a capture in the same round will grant your team a total of 18 points. As you gain points, there are some actions of which you will lose points. A team kill or a suicide makes you lose 2 points. A team kill on a max or suicide as 1 makes you lose 8 points. Each team starts from a designated spawn position from a vehicle called the Sunder. When the first round ends, both team sides. The team with a score of 2 rounds wins the match. May the best team win.
All right, hey everyone, we're back. Quick caster intro for people who are just tuning in now. So I'm casting with Bagong once again. With this match will be Fiji versus TBD. Go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Yeah, what's up? It's Bagong. We're back once again. This is gonna be a fun match to watch.
Yeah, hopefully gonna fix some of the stream issues we had in the last match. Right, so I'm gonna skip the schedule and go straight to the map because rosters and stuff we're looking at already a minute over time, so we'll just quickly jump over to the map, which is not Paris Eastern. In fact, it is going to be Xenotech. Let me quickly change that there. Oh, the map is right, just the name is wrong. There we go. Fixed for all you folks. So fun map to play on, a bit of a slow-paced map, not everyone's favorite, but I'll be interested to see how both teams play it, if they're gonna go for the kind of like Rudy Tooty, just kind of shoot them up, run in, or if they're gonna play with some strats here. It's not always the most strat heavy map, so I'm curious to see how teams approach it. In terms of, I'm gonna flip the camera now to the observer cam so we can kind of see what's going on while we set up the, oops, there we go, while we set up the refs. Looks like they're just flipping the point here, and both teams are taking a second to get ready. Right, so this is Xenotech. For people who haven't seen it before, it is probably the largest map. Maybe Pale Canyon is bigger, but it's pretty close to being the largest map in 6v6 format. It takes a bit of time to get onto the point, so we're not going to see, a 60 frag game. Even if you're doing really well, you're probably going to see at most, 30, 40 frags, but we'll see how it plays out. One team has access to the side door, so this is the point door here, and it favors the northern team much more because they can get quick access to the point and flip it to their side. On the other side of the base, sorry for the jerky camera movement, we don't have a door, but what we do have is the ability to get to dubs from the tree and the rocks outside dubs. So these 2 doors here are dubs, which push into, I guess, top of dubs, depending who you're talking to. There's different callouts here. I usually use shelves as this side of dubs, and either cabbage or lettuce as the other side. Both teams have a set of fat stairs that push down towards the western side of the base. These stairs are fantastic for, jumping off of and getting a flank on the point, and I hope to see teams using it. I know a lot of the kind of meta strategy for this base is to clear out dubs and get control there before you push onto the point, just to make sure you have that flank there. Outside the building, we have the alley, or just the kind of like the western spot of the base where there's entrances for both teams, and they can get good lines of sight on people pushing into dubs, but unfortunately you do have low ground, so unless you're a bolter, it's really easy to get killed here from people sitting on top of dubs on the railing. Nice head glitch there. Both teams have a door 1 or door 3, depending on what side you're on. So this here would be door 1, and on the other side there that I'm looking at is door 3. An excellent flank opportunity. It's pretty close to both team sunderers, so it's probably quickest to get in through this door. But the downside of going in through here is that you're not really able to get onto dubs pretty quickly, and it's very easy to sit on top of the stairs here and shoot people coming to the door, conk them. So usually it's better as a flank than as a main push. So I expect to see more teams using the stubs push than the other ones. Quickly going over a couple other kind of like meta strats for people who are unfamiliar to the format. So the way 6v6 works is that we're going to have 6 players pushing into this building to try to cap the point and kill the other players. And it's all about playing with your team. So this is a map just like any other, where if you're not coordinated, if you're not calling out your kills, calling out your deaths, you're gonna have a team that falls apart pretty quickly. And we're able to. This is a map where it can be really punishing. So, for example, if a team has good point control and they know that there's enemies outside of dubs, they can do this quick flank around and then shoot the enemies out here. It doesn't quite work as strongly on the other side, but the idea stands. Where having those callouts, knowing where your teammates are, knowing where the enemies are, is really what makes or breaks all the maps, especially a map like Xenotech.
Definitely, for sure. And this, with how big this map is, it's also a little bit more able to be loosely played depending on what team you are. It's can be a little bit more, pug or pog heavy. It's more viable for someone to go off on their own and peek through a door by themselves
User
to be able to
joined
get
your
a
channel.
pick, just because of
Streamers,
how
we
many angles you
are
have to. Yeah, go
ready?
ahead. We're good. Yeah,
Yep, we're good as well. Go ahead
User
and
left your channel.
he's gone.
Yeah, but just going off what I said, it's with how many angles
Next
that
tick
there
on
are to
0. I
watch.
repeat, next tick on 0.
How many angles there are to watch, like that teams can go through. The team that's defending is going to be at least 2, 2, and 2 watching
Yeah.
doors or something
Yeah.
of that sort. So you are going to be able to play more and get those 1v1s. So it's a lot more 1v1 heavy on this map, but it can also have its
60
where you
seconds.
need to play as a team to like push in.
Agreed. Both teams have strong lineups. I've played against both teams because they are in our bracket, and it looks like they all have their starting 6, so this will be definitely good to see. A few seconds left before we start. Oh, no, 60 seconds. Okay, a bit of a call-out delay from the ref. So off the opener, I guess the traditional push would be starting off for dubs right away. And I expect to see most teams at least starting with the dubs push, even if they don't consistently go there afterwards. 30 seconds left. So we'll see what happens. I know that Fiji has done some interesting pushes and interesting strats. And they play well as a team, so I want to see if that kind of translates to a bigger map like Xenotech. I'm going to follow the southern team.
10, 9,
Right.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Nice match start. All right.
Fiji charging ahead with the default loadout.
Yep, same on TBD side. Default loadout.
And split, 3-3 split between dubs and door 1. Follow the dubs push here. See if it gets responded to. And yep.
By Schmitty.
Very meta push, I would say, for both teams. Interesting flank through the powerhouse. So that's going to be interesting to see.
TBT's actually sitting pretty passively on outside.
Yeah, I was going to say, why are they not pushing into this? They're just sitting on the tree. They just let Fiji walk right in. So now Fiji has dubs control. That was interesting. Fiji stuck on the tree and the railing out here, which is usually okay because you don't have to worry unless there's an LA above you, which is what exactly the case right now. Zucht doesn't know that jump rope and two others pushing him.
Fiji right now.
Yeah, I'm going to call that a Fiji win on the opener, even if they didn't really take traditional building control. They killed many more VS heavies than VS killed T.
That was a really good consolidated push by them.
Yep. Fel, arguably one of the stronger VS heavies, making a push outside of dubs. Gets a spot off. Z-Coop spots another. Oh, can nail in the back here if he's not careful. But it looks like Fiji has communicated and is responding to that push pretty quickly. 3 heavies and 2 heavies and 3 heavies and a bolt in dubs. Powered taking a pick and then running away. This is interesting. I don't usually see a lot of teams playing the powerhouse door here. Usually that's like a good bolt spot for the TR side. But I guess if they're having trouble pushing to dubs, I mean, it's a good way to stack up, get some picks. Fantastic double peeking from TR. They're really working as a team here, and they're making sure that when they peek a doorway, they're with a buddy, so they can quickly swap off. And that's one thing I'll comment on about Fiji, having played against them and seeing them here, is that yes, their individual skill is of course good, but they really shine because they communicate well and they play together well as a team. Sobek here getting 2 picks outside dubs. And it looks like Schmitty went down on the fat stairs for their team, leaving VS all on.
And it looks like it's going to be a stronghold by Fiji right now. Moving down, taking control of the point door, and I assume probably going to try and set up to lock out TBD right now.
Fell goes down pretty quickly there. Let's see how the LA plays this. I also want to know if he's using the Horizon or if he's chosen the Serpent. Looks like the Serpent. Hard to tell from LA game, kind of passive. That's one thing that I dislike about this map too. I mean, a lot of LAs dislike it. Is just it becomes a very passive map when both sides are on. Oh, it is a Horizon. When both sides are on one of these little containers here, and they can't really push without getting. Big side door push gets flanked though. 2 TR heavies, 3 TR heavies, wiping that push pretty quickly, leaving just the Bolt left, who is smartly backing off. Makes it away from jump rope, but jump rope there really stretched out, really did well in aggroing that. Could have gotten that kill. Leaving TR, yeah, in control and fully capped. So fantastic work from their side. We're really seeing a lot of that aggression really paying off on this.
Yeah, what I'm seeing is that there's three people on Fiji playing on point or around that area, and then 2 playing upstairs, and the LA obviously roaming on the roof. And depending on where they spot out the push, they rotate to where it needs to be, and the rotate times are so short.
Yeah, this is
where they're set up.
This is almost strange. The VS players are playing really, really passive. Like, they were waiting outside their I building for a TR heavy to push, which worked. They got the pick, but they still kept waiting. They didn't really push on it afterwards. So now the TR is on respawn. Yes, you got 1 pick, but you don't have building control, so you're still going to get killed on your respawns. VS heavy goes down. LA goes down.
Getting control of point, though, currently.
I mean, they do have the side door there, so I would be surprised if they didn't at least touch point. But without clearing out dubs, it's very easy for TR just to drop down on them. Looks like a dubs push is happening.
Yeah, push out dubs. And
Bubbles goes down. Schmitty bolts, left alone. Empowered takes him out, leaving TR up 2 picks and winning that fight. Sorry about the LA. Oh, nice bolt. That was a fantastic shot. Lucasbo clearing off the LA from the railing. Is that another kill? No, almost. Coops and Empowered having a standoff here behind the pillar. Desi's out. It's time to use it. Gets away. Barely. Waiting for the rest of his team. Yeah, Coop, he's man's scared out of his mind. I don't want to peek this. Just got his nose pressed up against it. It worked though. I mean, he didn't get killed and the rest of his team is here. I'd really like to see a flank though, because this big skinny door push to get point is nice, but I don't know if point really makes sense to get now. Bolt goes down. Good kill from the heavy at lettuce. Jump rope. Probably the strongest Fiji heavy. Doing big damage to TBD, but TBD here is stacking up as a ball, and that's really, really good work. They cleared out dubs. Fantastic push there. I really think that this is the chance for them to turn this around and start capping the base now, because they have it. They have building control. They just got to drop down into point now.
Point.
Or maybe they're just going to give up.
Both the heavies that are on point are going to come up on through dubs and push in through dubs. With the team off of respawn. Good pick coming out from the Bolter, the VS Bolter. Taking out 1 heavy.
Point gap, it's wide, but it's not unbeatable. We're at about a 15-point lead right now. Just under, actually. 10 points or so from Fiji, which is a lot, but not too much at 9 minutes left. We could see this go either way still. Now that TBD has building control, I want to say.
Yeah, Fiji
we'll see.
just wiped him off out of
Yeah,
dubs.
Bubbles, LA, using, I believe that was skirmisher jets, I'm not sure. Yeah, skirmisher jets, which are nice because when you're moving inside like this, you want that that horizontal movement that the Icarus jump jets just don't give you. I'd like to see how Fiji holds this bit. Seems passive. They're not out the doors, but at the same time, with TBD also playing passively, it's not like they're making a mistake because they still have building control. They can just wait for TBD to make a mistake. Bolt very late at side door. Good communication from... Ooh, is this a good bait? Let's see if this baits. It was not a bait because it looks like Sobek was ready on the railing there to clean up the few VS heavies remaining and the Bolt.
Yeah, Fiji has a really, really strong hold. I like what they're doing. They have a ball locking down one of the doorways, and then they have a heavy there to support them, and then the other heavies are roaming around and, you know, either facing off against the main push from TBD or getting behind them as they're being held off by the bolter.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll
Like we saw right there that the 4 Fiji heavies came out from dubs and pushed down onto Skinny or onto point door when the bolter was holding point door and keeping TBD from going inside.
camera work is so hard in this building because there's so much props and stuff in the way, but for the most part it seems like Fiji is kind of doing a split between, you know, some players are playing aggro, and Jump Rope's been consistently going out the doors, getting spots and kills, and some of them are playing a bit more passively. Interesting spot for the Bolt to play on this side. And you usually see the Bolt on the other side of the building. Dubs here. Thal very low. Let's see if Empowered gets his pick. Doesn't need to because Almighty George picks off Thal, leaving Dubs clear for the TR side. It's at this point that maybe, you know, doing the door 1 or door 3 flank is a better call, because it seems that the Dubs push just hasn't been working for the TB team right now. Oh, good pick from Bubbles. Lucasbo on the roof. Interesting, very interesting choice. So you can get a bolter up from both sides actually. So there's a good wall climb from the tree here, starting at the bottom, and then walking your way to the top. And if Lucasbo can get either picks or just spots off here, unfortunately it's a body shot, it can be really, really oppressive. Usually it's a blackhand LA that you see up here, but, you know, a bolter is nasty as well. It's really up to the LA to deal with this at this point. Schmitty body shotted. Lucasbo really far out. I don't know if he knows where the LA is or if he's killed the LA, but this is an aggressive hold'em. He does know where the LA is. Oh, that's rough. Hex with his blackhand out, but unfortunately it's going to be a 2-shot kill on that Bolt from this range. Bolt's got to know where he is. He does know. And spots him. Ooh, he's low HP, but wiggles out of that. This is the time. This is when you push. This is when you push, LA. He's low HP. No, you waited too long. Because he doesn't know where he is now because he's not spotted. Oh, there you got the spot off.
It's just a lot of trade shots happening at Dubs right now. Nothing really definitive happening here. Just people getting their shields broken, backing off.
That's why I kind of want to see the LA versus Bolt game here, is because, yeah, the Dubs push until we see a good push.
Actually, I have a good push from Tech right now. Pushing all the way in. Trading out, though. Actually, TBD
this is what I expect to see, this
Dubs.
Dubs push. Yeah, TBD's inside, and I think it might be because the Bolt's on the roof and not able to support.
I think this Fiji just backed out. Didn't see many picks come out on either side. I think they just got their shields broken. They backed out and went into Powerhouse because there's 2 heavies that were in Powerhouse. Or 1.
See Fiji trying to push back in, gets killed by double peeking. Sorry, Fiji tries to push in, get killed by double peeking TBD heavies. So fantastic work from Vanu there. Bolt playing the cabbage side. Casp on the drop. Oh, almost. If that was a kill, that would have been really, really nice. And there we go. Look at this aggro hold. Look at his push. He's all the way up onto Fat. Body shot's another. Unfortunately, Zook.
Good sandwich though, but
yeah, I guess cleaned up there.
Fiji's pushing up
Empowered, trying to wiggle away, doesn't manage this time.
Good hold. Wiping out 3 or 4 members of Fiji.
Yeah, I will agree to that. I mean, they're both low numbers though. Oh, that's an unlucky pick for TBD.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to hold now that the got someone.
Sobek's smart though. This is the comms that we need. This is what I wanted to see in the last match. Is that even if you're alone, you don't push in alone. You wait for the rest of your team. You wait for the call. So Empowered and Sobek pushing together now. Unfortunately, Sobek dies, but Empowered does clean up 1. With 2 behind Lettuce. Bubbles does not clean that up. Oh no. Oh, good kill. The crouch spam meta. You'll love it. DG Jump Rope cleans up the kills. Thal goes down on Fat, leaving just the one in the western alley left. I believe from the TBD side. I don't even know where he went. Looks like he's retreated or he was killed. Let's see what the push looks like for the VS now. Looks like they're doing traditional dubs and skinny door push, which is what you want to see. But I don't know if it makes sense right now to be pushing the point when you've got, 3 heavies on the tree shooting down at you. All Empowered needs to do is peek that with a Desi. Trades off Coops. Zook low HP. I don't know if there's still one in Powerhouse. Did they kill that one?
Nope.
Still one in
Jump rope is
Powerhouse.
still in
Yeah, jump rope's
Powerhouse. Looks like they're gonna push him now. But they don't double peek him.
He just holds
double peek.
Schmitty 1 HP gets away, kills Sobek though. This TBD is far up numbers though. They really got to be pushing this though. They're alone in terms of numbers. Sorry, they have numbers. They did have picks, but at this point, TR is all on respawn, and they're able to push back against the VS. Fell killed by Almighty George. I don't know, Begong, if you're still there. Unless you're
Yeah, I was just trying to
keep an eye on the match. Yeah, so many trades back and forth.
Just so many trades, just slow play. I mean, that was 5 or like 2 minutes of just shooting back and forth, and then finally the engage happened and TBD got wiped out.
I mean, I got to give credit to both teams though for being able to keep those engagements going, like keep the rallies up, like being able to back out when your shields get cracked and then swap off with another heavy. It sometimes means that you get stalemates where neither team is winning. Usually the way that those get broken is by just having one aggressive player push in and kind of eat bullets while the rest of his team clean up the kills. But with both these teams
Fiji
playing
hard stack on door 3 area right now.
Oh yeah,
three or four of them on there.
Yep, really pushing out the VS here. Empowered goes down. Look at all the way around the corner. That's client side for you. Dead body there, probably got killed from eye shape.
Oh, and Almighty George immediately comes out and takes flanks.
TBD, great push up the stairs. Great push. They're gonna wipe out Fiji here for sure.
Yeah, that's actually really
one heavy
good.
left. Just aggro that dude. Come on, he's 1 HP. Push it. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Oh, fell. Okay, trades off Empowered. That's good. 18 seconds left or less. It's pretty close. Points flashing. I don't know why. There's no time left for that. I guess someone's running through it. And I think both teams right now are just trying to conserve score in the last 5 seconds of the match and not take any engagements. No need to feed if you can avoid it.
Now.
And
that is halftime.
Yep, that's halftime. All right. Well, it was interesting for sure. It's very slow. I mean, 30-point difference, still recoverable by TBD if they, are able to get a solid hold on the building next half. Just Fiji super strong at just rotating in behind TBD's pushes and just having a good setup in the building when they have control.
So point-wise, we're not seeing any individual players pop off like crazy on either team. Like, yes, Almighty George and Jump Rope Jim, as I expected, are much more positive compared to the rest of his team, but we're not seeing like, a plus 40 and a minus 20 on the same team. Like, this is reasonably close, and I think both teams have a chance to kind of learn from this half and improve. Individually, Almighty's at net 11 with 16 kills. Jump Rope Jim plus 18, who is currently top fragging. And you can really see, even if top frag is 18 kills only, like, it's just such a big map, and both teams playing smart in the sense that they're backing out when they're taking damage. It's just a slow-paced kills. Sobek plus 2, Lukasbo net 0, so that's the bolt. So I guess even though he was on the roof, wasn't as strong of a spot as it could have been. I would have expected to see a couple more kills up there. I saw a lot of body shots, so maybe he was just helping with damage assists. Yeah,
he's got 10.
Interesting.
He's up there.
And then Empowered 12 and Mr. Bubbles, Empowered plus 1 with 12 damage assists, 15 kills, and then Mr. Bubbles minus 1 with 12 kills. So one thing I do want to point out though before we flip over to the VS side is just the damage assists for both teams, and it really goes to show which team is playing tighter together, which team is kind of pushing as a team and getting those flanks and trading off, and that's Fiji with almost 20 more damage assists, meaning that for every person that a Fiji person kills, if that person had already been damaged by a teammate, that counts as a damage assist. And what that means is that 1v1s are great and all, but 2v1s are really you want to try to get 2v1s whenever you can. So more damage assists means that you're getting more team damage done and you're going for less uncontested fights. Not sure if you want to go over the individual scores for TBD.
We have Coops on -8, Zooked on -1, Schmitty on -3 as the bolt, so it's not contributing really that much. Hopefully, I could see, him get into a lane and kind of hold down that lane, just like how Lucas was doing. Even though he didn't really get that many kills, you can still lock down a lane. And then Hexo actually going net positive too, which is really good on the LA. It means he's winning his fights on the roof and then getting at least a few drops.
I've
in.
noticed that too. Bubbles got some nice picks on Hexos on the roof, but I think Hexos was getting better drops than Bubbles was, and really helping his team when Fiji was stacked up on the railing outside the tree. I'll flip the camera out so you can see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and then Thel
So there's this. Yeah. So there's this tree
Next
here,
tick
and
on
we saw
0, so 1 minute 50. Next tick on
minute
0.
50. We saw a lot of Fiji players playing outside Powerhouse, flanking through Powerhouse and playing this railing here, which is really strong when the TBD rather is trying to push in through the skinny door. What Hexos was doing was he was just sitting up here, and even if he wasn't able to get kills, at least getting spots and damage assists on the Fiji heavies playing the railing is really, really important. And I think I saw him doing that more often than not. And he did get killed. He didn't get punished for it for a couple times. But yeah, good positioning from him. I think he has good game sense in terms of where he needs to be playing as an LA on this map. And it's really about, keeping that Dubs presence on the roof, even just to get spots.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen. Hopefully, TBD, at least, hopefully they change up their strategy. I don't see something different.
I think I just want to see a bit more aggression. I think that they're not making big mistakes.
I think
that can't be fixed.
60 seconds.
I think they just got to push on the kills that they get. Yeah, exactly. They're stacking up. They're doing flanks nicely, but when they get the picks, they're waiting too long before they push in. And then even though the timers are really long on this map, they're still waiting just long enough for the Fiji heavies to push in behind them. Gonna follow the other team in. TBD this time.
Just 30 seconds.
I'm going to assume we're going to see the same loadout as well with 1 LA, 4 heavies, and a bolt. $15 seconds left to go. One thing I might expect is TBD to use the roof a bit
5,
more.
4, 3,
after seeing Lukaszabo up there.
1, 0.
Thel leading the charge with the expected loadout.
Fiji.
See where they start.
Default loadout.
Oh, big Dubs push. We're going full team Dubs.
We got
nobody on the
3
flank
again from Fiji, or actually 2.
So I really think that. Oh yeah, they're just rushing as fast as they can. This is smart. This means that they're able to deal with the people on the stairs quickly. Waiting a bit too long there though. Coop should really be pushing this bolt. Lukaszabo gets away to point. He made the smart choice though. The TBD heavies didn't drop when they didn't have a team ready to drop. Because dropping there would have just been, that was a bait. The bolt was waiting for him to drop behind him for his team to clean up. So we've got both teams each taking a floor of the building. Fiji just, taking their time on point. No real reason to push into Dubs yet. Without a team behind. Lukaszabo, interesting spot. So this angle here means that you can, you play the point. It's a good angle on the stairs, but I will comment, like, these points have really wacky geometry. If anyone's played near them, you know that sometimes bullets seem to hit invisible barriers. So if he can get a clean shot there, it's hard for him to get shot back even from another bolter. George alone on the stairs, drops back to the safety of point. I think TBD has numbers though. They should really be dropping on point as soon as they clean up that Dubs push.
Maybe I should go through the Dubs push and then push through point door.
Interesting climb.
All of Fiji's here right now, and they got 2 picks off of it right there.
Yep.
So this is the time that they should be pushing.
Yeah, they should be really doing it now.
Point.
Bubbles goes down outside on rocks, leaving Coops free to hold Dubs angle. 2 stacking up? I think that, yeah, Lukaszabo and 1 more stacking up outside the tree.
Yeah, TBD got 3-4 picks there.
Oh, so close to the kill.
I think they're just a little bit too scared to push.
See the LA 1v1 here. Takes time to medkit. Both LAs playing a little passively here, not aggroing that. I don't think they had. I don't think TRLA had Icarus jump jets. Definitely did not. Neither of them do. That's interesting. Especially with the Horizon, which has such tight hipfire cone of fire. Would have expected that. This is, yeah, I guess, I think the strat for Fiji here is they know they have point doors, they know they have quick access to point, so they're just going to get the cap through and not even worry about it. They're just going to get the cap, and then they're going to start playing for dubs. They want to make sure that they have those +9 points, and now we're going to see them start pushing the building a lot more.
They're pushing
And,
it right now, out from
I mean,
point.
for TBD to give up the point like that, I don't know is the best call. Yes, for sure, the TR have a much better time of getting to the point and a much easier ability to cap it, but I think that TBD made a mistake by waiting that long before you know, committing to point or even just fighting the TR. Holding the upstairs here doesn't really do much for your team when the entire TR team is downstairs.
Yeah, and Fiji just pushes up and wipes them out of upstairs. He gets building control right
George
there.
and Jump Rope, two strongest TR heavies, I would say. Doing good work on the TBD heavies. Yeah, as you said, picking off the TBD push from upstairs. And I think now we're seeing the aggression and the push that aren't on point. Yeah, they've given up putting people on point. There's no reason to be there anymore. And they're doing this dubs push. I like this strat. I haven't seen it so obviously made. Like, I know the idea is that you want to get point and then kind of forget about it after, but I haven't seen it in a way where they just completely ignore everything that's not the point until they get the cap, and then they start pushing other angles. And for TBD just to not respond to Conks out from Sobek, getting pushed by the LA though. This is up to Jump Rope to deal with the LA from this angle. Or Bubbles to fly up. Unfortunately, those jump jets do make noise, even if they are a bit quieter, and Hexos gets that kill. Numbers are in TBD's favor, I would say. They really need to be pushing this hard before the LA gets back to respawn. But they're just waiting on this rock, and I think that's a mistake.
I think they're just scared to push into Fiji right now.
They shouldn't be.
I mean,
They have a number up. They should be using this momentum. But look at this. Like, they're still passive. Still passive on this angle. Like, they're waiting too long. Respawns are coming back. And it's clearly not working because the point gap is still 33 points.
Oh, wow, really good hold by Sobek.
Oh, Schmidt did not get the gun on time.
It's just, I mean, they got, like, once again, they get picks and then they just kind of hold out. I think they're just scared to push in, even though they have numbers. And it should be the opposite. Like, as soon as you get those picks, you should be pushing.
Yep. It's interesting to see the three heavies that I think are being the most aggressive are the ones that are currently positive on Fiji's side. So George, Jump Rope, and especially Sobek are really the ones that are running out of the building the most and on the flanks most often. And because of that, you know, we're seeing +14, +14, and +6 respectively. In terms of their 1v1 ability, they're strong, but also just in terms of map awareness, knowing when to push, they're definitely better than the rest of their team.
But you can tell, we started this with I think a 40-point gap or a 30-point gap, and it's increased to a 40. So they're trading out. They aren't losing in kills. It's just they lost the points to the actual point cap. So they're not, you know, losing any of the fights that much anymore. It's just they're playing super
point cap,
passive, and when they get picks, they don't push.
Yes and no, because I think that that even though we're not seeing as many like the point gap widening as fast as it is still widening. Oh, that's an interesting spot up on the powerhouse. Oh, that is. I don't know if that's allowed actually. I'm not sure. If it is, that's pretty strong. Anyways, but yeah, the Fiji players are. I think the reason we didn't see it widen so much is because Fiji was playing on point pretty passively. I think now we're gonna see it widen more.
Fiji playing super aggressive outside dubs right now.
Lucasbo, same idea, on the roof, unpunished until now. There we go. It goes down to the LA. That's what I expected. That was a bit too much of an aggressive hold, and I don't think that was the right call.
Yeah, and just
Bubbles cleans up. Let's go inside. LA coming in a bit late to the fight, but looks like Fiji had wiped out TBD there.
Yeah, and that roof control from Fiji right there. They had 3 heavies sitting on top of the rock outside of dubs, and I think the bolters saw that they were going down to door 1, and they immediately all rotated on top of the stairs and wiped that push coming in from that area. So just really good communication from Fiji, just getting to where the pushes are happening.
Really good angle there from the Fiji LA. It's unconventional. I'm not used to seeing someone up there. I didn't even know it was allowed until now. But he's getting spots off on all the TBD heavies stuck at the rock, so this dubs push is completely spotted out. And yeah, they're basically just Fiji's at this point just waiting for TBD to push in because they know when they're gonna push. And these fantastic double peek there. And yeah, it's basically up to TBD to kind of deal with the LA up there before they can get a good push. Jump rope goes down. I think he traded that. No, he didn't. Thel managed to win that fight. So back here, good angle. You can get pushed by the bolt. Ooh, almost a one. Take some med. This is the fight I expected. This kind of outside dubs push. This is kind of traditional for Xenotech. Conk's in. Please push with this. This is what I want to see. Please run inside. Okay, LA leading the charge. Interesting. Works. Yeah, that's fine. So they've got upstairs control, and they do have 7 minutes. This is a time to cap. They have building control. Please, like, they should be touching point right now, and they should be. Oh, it goes down to bolt. Good shot. And they should be using this momentum that they have. Unfortunately, they waited a bit too long once again, and Fiji has pushed in from their door. Body shot warrior from the bolt over here. Talks out. Jump rope on the flank. Schmitty just standing still, hoping to God he doesn't get spotted. It doesn't matter though. The LA cleans up. Oh, Schmitty looking the wrong way. Lukasbo down to 1 HP.
Everywhere right now.
Oh, Schmitty finally goes down. That was wacky. I don't think he was looking the wrong way both times. And Fiji once again establishing their hold on inside dubs.
TBD stacking up outside dubs again. Conks in.
Same. Almighty a bit too far swung out into the doorway. Got punished for that. Oh, Zooked killed all the way around the corners. Empowered trading with that.
Mr. Bubble's going back onto his spot up on top of the powerhouse.
Oh, I do want to see that. I want to see how this plays. Got spots out on them again, so Fiji knows that they're there.
Gets a pick on Coops.
There we go. Hexos finally dealing with that LA. I don't think that Bubbles was ready for the LA to push that. And now he's using the angle to shoot down on Empowered. Cleaned up by Thel. Putting a couple of Fiji on respawn. This would be the time to push. You've got 3 heavies out dubs, and there's only 2. And a bolt, though. I did forget about the bolt.
Right now. They're pushing up.
Yeah, up both stairs. Jump rope Jim, last one alive at Lettuce. Sobek as well, actually. Oh, looks like they both managed to dance around that. And the LA comes in to clean up. Yeah, that was, I don't think that TBD did anything wrong there. I think that they just lost the 1v1s, and the crossfires that Fiji set up, whether it was just luck or communication, were really fantastic. At this point, Hexos is the only one on TBD that is substantially positive. The rest of them are pretty negative. Almost all double digits negative. And this is where I saw the gap. I expected it to widen when Fiji has given up the ground floor hold and they're holding dubs now. So interesting to note, I did mention that there's a wall climb on the tree. There's another one up here. This is how probably the bolt got up. You can shimmy, 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 shimmy up the roof here and put a heavier bolt. Double peek at. Looks like they got 1 kill. George goes down to that, which is good. That's the top frag, or one of the top frags being killed. Jump up on the roof. So he did the exact little shimmy that I was talking about on the other side of the building. And this is something that I know a lot of the top level teams will do when they have good building control in order to just establish dominance and just really, really oppress any of the LAs trying to push up to roof.
Got TBD pushing a heavy through the powerhouse.
This flank, they keep stacking up this flank. And I think without a better push on the stairs, it's not going to go through. Their best pushes have always been when they push somebody on the stairs at the same time. LA drop behind, really gets killed. Good shot, good shot.
Wipe out all the Fiji heavies upstairs and don't actually.
Looking at the kill feed, that was just headshots for all of them. So that was definitely just good 1v1 ability, and all of Fiji's on respawn. 3 minutes left, though. I'm going to say not enough time to cap, even though they technically could touch point and cap it. I don't know, they can't even cap it at this point. Yeah.
I should just set up a stronghold
yeah,
upstairs.
4-minute cap, so you're stuck.
But Hexo is playing inside still.
See the dubs push. There is no dubs push. Looks like Fiji is playing it safe on point. Like, they have quicker access to it. They have the point difference, so they're not as scared. Although it has gotten closer. I noticed that TBD's last few pushes have, it was like, I think 60 net before, and we're up to only 50 net difference now. So if TBD, oh no. That was a really, really good push together. They could do the wall jump at the same time. Fantastic play. You get big hip fire there, but it doesn't matter when you have three MSWs shooting at the same spot. Hexos goes down to Bolt, I believe. No, Empowered takes that. So
trades out the Bolt as well.
Yeah. George and Sobek holding dubs alone, but George doesn't seem to be worried about it. Empowered as well. Frag grenades are an interesting choice. I wouldn't run it on this map because it's too much space to run away. But it prevents, I guess... Oh my god, he's right around the corner. Okay. Whew. I was worried he wasn't going to see him. Empowered double peeking again. These double peeks are just, something else. They're really, really tight. Yeah, Fiji's like playing like as a group together, yes, but just on an individual level, like partnering up, buddying up, peeking in and out, so well. Casbo tossing an amp out to Coop, so Coop's not gonna be able to push for a little bit now. Exos, oof, doesn't manage to break Empowered shields. Oh, nice bolt from Lucasbo. Jump rope, did he get that kill? Good aim. Oh, that was nasty. Because the Hegla cheer is definitely in favor of the LA. Good. TBD all on the regroup now. Looks like another dubs push. I'd like to see this dubs push with just, one or two heavies over at door one. Sobek on the big flank. Ooh, that's risky. Okay, yeah, he made the smart call and backed off. He knew that there were people respawning. Bolt. Egger on the rocks. Gets punished for it, as he should have been. That was... Yeah, that was a bit too aggressive.
LA wins the fight down on point door. I think they're going to start doing the push with the LA coming up behind.
Oh, jump rope trading off to Thel and Zook, who are both, strong heavies. So that was a good trade. And really, Coop's winning the 1v1 against Empowered. Yep, that's a TBD win in terms of numbers. In terms of numbers, TBD won, but
match over.
Yeah, it didn't matter because I was about to say match is over and just
183 to 113.
Oh, my score has a bit of a different score. Oh, I guess the cap wasn't included on the Fiji side, so that would explain why the difference is. Yeah, so overall, I think a really good showing from Fiji. I think they really played as a team much better than TBD did in terms of peeking, double peeking stuff. In terms of team stacking, pushing indoors, both teams did fine. But just in terms of the ability to peek with a partner, Fiji did much better. And I think Fiji's aggression really won against TBD's kind of passive holds outside of dubs before they pushed in. Gonna flip up the scores, and we'll talk about them now so we don't lose them. I'll do Fiji, you can do TBD. So Fiji, we've got the expected carries of Jump Rope and Almighty. George doing plus 16 and plus 11 net each, with Jump Rope, I believe, top frag of the game. Yep, 33 kills. Sobek also plus 11. Good work. He was doing some aggressive pushes out with his team. Lucas with the bolt, only plus 2. I expected a bit more, especially if he was on the roof, but I guess he's either just not having the best day, or maybe he's getting pressured too much by the VSLA. Empowered plus 5 and Bubbles plus 4 is in LA, so good work from them.
Yeah, and then on TBD, we got Coop at minus 17, Zipped at minus 5, Schmitty at minus 4, Hexo still going positive with a positive 3, Scripty at minus 17, and Thel at minus 13, so it's a rough game.
Yeah, damage assist wise, we're seeing the same thing as we saw in the last game where the winning team just had straight up more, and that's pretty much what we saw. Fiji at 90 damage assist, TBD at only 63, which means that Fiji was playing much better as a team, getting more